And hello, Instagram. Okay, we have like another minute-ish or so together before class officially starts. If we've never met before, I'm Dominique or Dom. I'm super excited to be here with your hour of a Hatha flow. If you were with me last week, I'm building on something we did last week, which is kind of fun and exciting. It's going to build a little bit more heat fire in the body, and then we come back down. And I do my very, very best to make sure that there's always lots of options for everybody. So if there's anything happening throughout class that you're not sure how to troubleshoot for yourself, although I might not be able to jump right on right away, if you send me a message on Instagram or send me an email from YouTube, then I'm super happy to figure something out with you so that you have an option as well. If you'd like to use props today, we have blocks if you'd like to use them. If you'd like a pillow for behind your head or behind your knees once you're in Shavasana, please feel free to grab it. We're going to come down to kneeling. And again, if you'd like to slide a blanket underneath or pillow underneath your knees here, you can. And we're right on 10:30, so bringing ourselves down in space. If you prefer to stand or lie down, you can. Take this as the blueprint. Yeah, you can be where you need to be. And if it makes sense in your body to close your eyes or just dim them down and turn inward for a second, please feel free to do so. Just taking a second to come down into our body, down into our breath, might induce a yawn. Inhaling through the nose, and as you exhale right now, can you sigh it out through your mouth? And we'll do 2 more like that, inhaling through your nose and exhaling it out through your mouth. One more time, inhaling it in through the nose and exhaling it out through your mouth. Taking one hand to heart center, one hand to your belly. Again, keeping your gaze dimmed downwards if that feels resonant with you. And as we carry on, allowing our breath to flow through our bodies, just noticing how you can feel it, how you can palpate it traveling through your body. As you inhale, notice if there's a rise of the belly, a rise of the chest. And as you exhale, notice how there's a descent of the chest, a drawing in of the belly. And so while we're never going to squeeze our breath as we're moving here, I'd invite you to never hold your breath as we're moving together here. Knowing that it flows in and it flows out. It's cyclical. Our movement practice really prepares us for Shavasana, and it's designed to be a way to get prana, get flow, get energy moving in our body. And so that's what we're going to do. Gently let those hands fall down into your lap, palms up or palms down. We're going to take just a minute here together in silence. And I'll time that for us too. And I promise no internet glitches. I'm still here. So let's take a nice breath in through the nose. Let's exhale to sigh it out. Maybe closing through your eyes, turning your gaze inward as we take this minute in silent meditation together. Using your breath to be right exactly where you are. As you turn your gaze inwards, notice what sounds you start to pick up. What can you hear in your room or wherever you're practicing? Knowing that all of us are sound and vibration. So maybe even harnessing the sounds and vibrations around you. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. Gently flutter your eyes open. Let's inhale, reach that left arm up. And as you exhale, take a little side bend over. Enjoying a bit of a stretch through the body. Inhale to stay right where you are. Then as you exhale, gently bring yourself all the way up. Let's go the other way. Inhale, your right arm comes up overhead. And then exhale, take your side bend over. Staying there to breathe in. Exhaling to bring it up. Can we inhale, sweep both of your arms up? Maybe you get a nice big stretch, a nice yawn. Bringing those arms down, let's come on to hands and knees. So hands and knees, we want to set ourselves up here. So knees are right underneath our hips, wrists are right underneath our shoulders. As we inhale, can we lengthen long from head to tail, pulling the chest forward. And then as we exhale, initiate from the tail, start to scoop round the low belly, push the floor away, and really enjoy a stretch through the shoulder blades here and down into that low back. As you inhale, can you release by articulating from your low spine and then making your way up through your thoracic, thinking about your collarbone widening, and peeking forward. And then as you exhale it out, scooping round. Now there's definitely glutes supporting you here. And as you move, can we think less about the end shape and indulge tons in the travel in between? Can we channel our own little slinky here? I got a slinky for Christmas this year, which felt like very retro of my mom. I haven't played with a slinky probably since the 90s. So imagining a slinky here with your spine, and slinkies don't just move down and around, they can kind of like circle. So can we start to add some circulation of the spine here? And as you're creating these circles in your body, just noticing if there's anywhere that feels kind of sticky or tight, or like it doesn't really want to release. Like I know for me, down the whole right side of my back, it gets a bit tight. My neck doesn't always want to let go. So just sort of indulging in those spaces, not worrying about it being too perfect or too precious. Always knowing that in our movement space together, what I offer is a blueprint. And at the end of the day, it's really about your body and what your body is feeling. And there is no real right or wrong. It's really what's happening for you. One more time, inhale, let's lengthen out together, tail to head. Exhale to scoop and round, push the floor away. Inhale to lengthen back out, head to tail. You're going to take your right leg, reach your right leg back, and your left arm is going to come forward. So I really want to build on something that we started last week. We're going to add some more to that flow. Fire up into the back of your right leg and lift that right leg up off of the floor. Your left arm, if you're ready, can start to reach forward as well. And we're just going to hold this here for 5. Hold it here for 4. Hold it here for 3. Keep drawing the ribs in. 2. Shoot out through the heel and the fingertips. 1. Lower your left hand down. Bend your right knee. Squeeze the right knee in towards your nose. Make that roundy, 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 roundy back shape. And then step your right foot forward so it's in between your hands. You can take your left toes and scooch them back just a little if you'd like to. Hug the legs in. Fire your glutes and bring yourself upright. Those arms can come onto your thigh if you'd like to. You can take those arms and reach them up if you'd like to. I'm going to go for an opening of the chest here, so drawing my rib cage back and open. You could also reach your arms up, and this is not a huge bend in the back. Yeah, I'm keeping glutes on. I'm hugging my legs in, and I'm lengthening up. Taking a breath in through the nose here. And just thinking about widening, always widening through the front body. One more time, breathing it in and exhaling to breathe it out. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, bring yourself upright, but don't go anywhere. Now, again, patting under the back knee is always lovely. Can you maybe start to consider squeezing into that back bum cheek and using your hamstring to pull that leg up? You're just going to hold that there. Hold that hamstring curl for 5. Hold that hamstring curl for 4. Hold it there for 3. Glutes are still on. Squeezing in for 2. Using the back power of my leg, last 1. And if it's available, reach around and grab that leg. If it's not available, you're going to keep squeezing it in, because even with your hand there, you're still squeezing that leg in. If you'd like to add the twist, you're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and just rotate that body. Let's twist here for 5. Twist here for 4. You could always let that leg down. 3 and live right there. For 2, Last one, drop the foot down, plant your hands back down. If you moved your left knee back, pull it forward again so that we're back in that three-legged tabletop situation. Right leg is reaching back, firing up into that low belly, lengthening out, ribs are drawing in. It's like you're doing a plank here. And then again, can you fire into that back right leg and lift the right leg up? We're going to do that hamstring curl again, but we're doing it from the right side this time. So squeeze your right leg and pull that right leg in. Or I should say, squeeze your right bum cheek. We're going to do little pulses up just to turn it on for 5. Pulse it up for 4. Pulse it up for 3. If being on your wrist is really not feeling great, 2, you could always come down to forearms. 1, hold. Can you hold that right leg up? Squeeze it and squeeze the right heel in. So there's tons of activity through the back of the leg. Left fingertips are reaching forward. Maybe left fingertips reach up, or maybe that left arm comes all the way around and you find your twist on this opposite side for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Reach your right leg, reach your left hand forward, bring it down, give yourself a little shake. Whew. So of course, if those shapes are too extreme and your body is like not happy about them, you don't have to touch hand and foot. In fact, I would prefer that you didn't strain your body so that we can actually get musculature here. I'm just bringing a pillow down because my knees were like, I would like some support here. Okay, let's do that all again on our second side. So finding your nice long line from head to toe, head to tail, and toe, I guess. I'm thinking about as I breathe out, my pelvic floor drawing up, my ribs drawing down. All these little details, super important, yeah? Because that's what's going to keep us safe and get the most bang for your buck. Lengthening out long, push the floor away, hug your hands wide, hug heels of hands in. This time your left leg is going to reach back. Your right fingertips are going to reach forward. Again, you could be on forearms here. Fire up through the back of the left bum. Lift the left leg to reach up. Draw the ribs in. Right arm goes forward. Holding here and reaching, like really turn that back bum cheek on. Really reach through your heel as your toes point to the floor. And those right fingertips are giving you an opposite space here for 2. Last 1, lower your right hand down. Tuck your body. Pull the left knee in towards your nose. And then gracefully or not gracefully, step that left foot forward. Right knee can scoot back just a little bit, squeeze the legs in, and then bring yourself upright. So again, we're not like hanging out in this shape. That's not great for your ligaments or muscles. We're active here. Hands can come onto your thigh. They can reach up to the ceiling. They can open wide, whatever feels good, but find your breath. Inhaling in through your nose. Let's sigh this one out together. And the whole time I'm trying to scoop that bum underneath me, I'm pulling my legs in and opening my chest wide, right? Wherever you are. Now, the reason I'm never going to say hang out, and I'm always going to remind you to turn your muscles on, is because long term, if we just sit in stretches, that's not great for our bodies. What we want is to create resiliency and tension in those ligaments and muscles as we're creating more length in them, yeah? One more time, breathe in, and then breathe it out. Coming upright, staying right where you are, fire up into that right bum cheek, right hamstring this time, and then squeeze and pull that leg in. Now, maybe it doesn't go that far. Maybe your knee really doesn't like this, in which case, just really squeeze into that glute. We're lifting and squeezing for 5. I know this shape isn't for everybody. 4. And that's okay. 3. You can live down here as well. It's fine. 2. Last 1, can your left hand maybe come around? Maybe it finds your right ankle, and maybe your right hand takes that twist. Now, you can take the twist without the leg as well, right? This is just an option. Please don't feel like you have to do it. Let's go for 5. It feels much nicer with the pillow, though. 4. Now, my glutes are still squeezing. My legs are still squeezing in. My back hamstring is still on. Belly is supporting me for 2. 1 more time, gently release the leg, bring your hands back down to frame your foot. Squeeze your right leg back in so it's right underneath you, and then the left leg reaches right back. So we're back into that 3-legged quadruped again. Keep squeezing out through that heel. Draw the ribs in, long from head to tail, and then bend the left knee to pull that leg back in. So it's back in that kind of like squeezy shape it was in not so long ago. Let's really make sure the back bum and hamstring are on. We're going to pulse the leg up for 5. Pulse it up for 4. Keep pushing the floor away. 3. We're still using upper body here. 2. Last one, hold. Now, if it feels available to you, take the right fingertips forward. You're squeezing that back leg. Maybe you take the right fingertips and reach them up off of the floor. Maybe it feels like it's in your practice to reach around and grab a hold of that ankle and keep squeezing the bum as you lift the leg up, taking the twist for 5. Now your back will have to bend here, 4, because it's a back bend. For 3, for 2, last 1. We move with control here, lengthening everything back out, bringing hands and knees back down. If there's any other little movement you'd like to make, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, you're sliding yourself up and back to your downward dog. 5 breaths here, please. Inhale through your nose. First one, let's just exhale it out. Sigh it out. These next 4 are for you, so you can pedal out through those legs if you'd like to. If being in a full downward dog feels not fabulous on your shoulders, you could always be on your forearms. You could always still be in quadruped. Take your inhale in through your nose. If that Ujjayi breath is in your practice, out through your nose as well. Knowing that as we exhale here, now we're moving. It's not a release. It's still a recruitment. Well, it's a release of breath, but we're not relaxing our muscles, yeah? Can we take a breath together to be still? So find what that means to you. I like to keep a little bend in my knees so I can lengthen my tail, draw my ribs in, and then start to maybe stretch them. Inhale together, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. On your exhale, you're gonna little baby step, walk yourself forward. Whenever you arrive in your forward fold, take a hot second here. Give your knees a little bend. Maybe give your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes, your ankles, your wrists, whatever, a little bit of a hello. Letting your head dangle, give it a little nod yes, a little nod no. If your head doesn't like being below your heart, you can always come up higher, yeah? You don't have to hang out down here. Take a breath in together. Take a breath out. Slide the hands up to your shins or to your thighs. To inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale to melt over those legs. Bend your knees, push your feet through the floor. Sweep those arms all the way up overhead and pause with those arms right up towards the ceiling. Can you keep reaching up? Bring those hands together. Make like a little pointer finger with your hands. Inhale to be up nice and tall. Can you exhale, take a side bend over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale up through center, exhale it back. Inhale to bring yourself up, and then exhale to dive over those legs forward, fold. Inhale to bring your hands to shins or thighs, peek forward. Exhale, lower down and step back into your plank. And let's start with knees down just to troubleshoot. Push the floor away, pull your hands wide, heels of your hands hug in. And I promise if you do all of those things, which is why I essentially chant them, you'll feel lots going on. Squeezing through your glutes, can you inhale to feel that lovely length that we created when we were hands and knees? And can you breathe out to stay? Keep drawing the ribs down. Keep squeezing the glutes, low belly is in. 5 delicious, lovely, slow counts to lower to the floor for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep your hands planted under shoulders. Flip your toes down to the floor. Inhale, little baby back bend up. Exhale it down. 2 more. Inhale, little baby back bend up. Just the upper body. Exhale it down. See if you can find pubic bone to the floor. One more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Can you reverse engineer this? So keep your knees down. Can you push back up in one line? Tuck your toes. Find your downward dog. 5 breaths here, please. Inhaling in. Exhale it out. Every time we explore downward dog, maybe finding a new way, a new sensation in the body. If you like to move here, feel free to move. If you like to stay and be grounded, feel free to stay and be grounded. 2 more breaths. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling out nose. One more time together. Inhale. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you breathe out, however you need to get to the top to your hands, it's your practice. Find your way there. On your next inhale, lengthen shins or thighs. Exhale to fold over those legs. Bend your knees, feet through the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Find that pointer finger. As you breathe out, side bend over to the right. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to lengthen upper body back. Inhale to be tall, 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 tall. And then exhale, dive over those legs. Inhale, lengthen up shins or thighs. Exhale to lower down, step back into your version of a plank. You could always omit this, go straight to down dog, find a child's pose. Inhale long. As you exhale, gentle bend through the elbows, lowering your chest down through the floor. If you'd like to go for your full cobra, slither your upper body, open your collarbones, thighs are off the floor, glutes are mega on here. And as you breathe out, push yourself up and back, downward dog. 4 breaths here, inhaling in, exhaling it out. So again, always knowing that it's all a blueprint, it's all a dance. So if being in a flow that's moving a little quicker feels not so fabulous, then slow it down, yeah? No problems at all. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you breathe out, step your feet up towards your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to bend forward, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, sweep those arms up, find that pointer finger reach. As you breathe out, up and over to the left. Inhale to find center. Reach up and over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, up and back. Keep using your glutes as you lengthen your chest. Inhale up tall. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. User's choice. Exhale to lower down. Step back. Find your version of plank. Take an inhale to be here. And if you'd like to flow, flow. Exhaling to lower down chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Slide it back, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, nose or mouth. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale, keep rooting down through hands and feet. One more time, breathe in. Lifting your heels, bending your knees, look forward. As you exhale, maybe little hops this time, all the way up to your hands. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale to bend your knees forward, fold, push your feet through the floor as you inhale, sweep yourself up, make those little pointy fingers again. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale up and over to the left. Do we see the pattern? Inhale, center, up and back in space. Inhale to get tall, dive over those legs. This one's going to be different. Inhale to come up halfway. Can you exhale and step back into your version of downward dog, please? So now we're up and back. Give yourself a second to check in with your home base, feeling the insides of the armpits spiraling in, still sweeping those shoulder blades away from your ears, but it's like they're trying to come up and around, yeah? So we're not squishing, we're opening. You're gonna take that right leg, reach your right leg up for me, and give that hip a few little circles. When I watch these classes back, I always laugh at this part. It's funny to see someone do this. Like it's funny to watch myself do this. Little circles, reach the right leg back, and then bend your knee, lift that thigh up towards the ceiling. Use that glute power we harness and start to open that thigh up. And as your thigh opens out, keep the right shoulder spiraling down. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out here. Keeping your base active. When you're ready, on an inhale, bring your hips back to center, reach the right leg back, and as you breathe out, squeeze the leg right up and in, knee towards your nose, and then step that right foot forward. We've been here before, yeah? Drop that left knee down, inhale to sweep your arms up. Maybe exhale, open wide. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, reach those arms up, and can you hinge forward for me? Just pause on that hinge. Draw your ribs in, squeeze your legs together, lengthen the torso forward. And I just want you to feel that line in your body. Can you start to lower your left hand down to the inside of the right foot? Sweep your right hand back behind you, all the way up and around until, ta-da, you're in a twist. Sometimes I like to explore placing my hand on my heart and using the leverage of pushing the floor away to rotate me and then lengthening my arms so that it gives me a true rotation through my spine and not just like something that feels fabulous. It does feel fabulous, but we want the rotation to be really true to our strength. Take your breath in here, please. Take your breath out here, please. One more lovely reach. And then as we breathe out, can you use the top hands like you're grabbing a lever to pull yourself all the way back up into a twist? We've also been here before. Keep using that belly rotation. Keep squeezing everything in so you're tall and grounded at the same time. If you'd like to look at that back hand, you can. 3 breaths here, please. Inhaling in. Exhale it out. I like to flip my palms up. You're welcome to explore that. I like what it does for my back shoulder. One more time in. One more time out. Can you inhale, reach into that back hand, and then windmill yourself all the way back. Option to flow here, take a child's pose or take a downward dog. So if you're flowing, right leg steps back, breathe in. As you breathe out, lowering the knees if that serves you, slowly lowering chaturanga. Inhale to sweep up. Exhale back to your downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhaling in. Let's exhale, stick our tongues out. Lion's breath. I love that breath. I feel very like Gene Simmons and Kiss when I do that. A little bit of rock and roll in our yoga practice. Find some stillness. Again, check in with those underarms. They're shining down to the floor like there's a little glitter party there. Keep lengthening your tail back. You're so rooted in your legs and arms before you go anywhere. That left leg, when you're ready, sweeps up into a three-legged dog. Now again, you could be on hands and knees here. We've been here, yeah? So know that there's lots of ways to access this. Bend your knee, pull your heel in towards your bum, and lift that knee up towards the ceiling. Take that thigh, take that hip, and start to stack left hip on top of right, but try not to let the left shoulder spiral with you here. We want to keep it quite square because I want you to feel the power of that back bum to lift the thigh up. Take your breath in. Take your breath out. Bring yourself back to center. Before we lengthen the leg, do a few of those little hip circles, which probably would have been better to do beforehand, but I'll be honest, I forgot. And then take the left leg up and back, breathe in. As you breathe out, pull left knee into nose, really round your spine, and then step that left foot forward. Dropping down through the right knee. Again, hug those legs in, feel the musculature of your legs, and then bring yourself up. We're here. Whatever feels good for you, hands on thighs, hands on heart, arms straight up, arms open. We're not going to be here too terribly long. Take your breath in. Take your breath out. Keep thinking tall and grounded, in and expanding out. Bringing ourselves up tall. And then take that hinge forward to feel what it feels like on this side. So more weight is going into the front foot. Our top of our head is reaching forward. Left hip back, right hip forward. Can we start to lower the right hand all the way to the inside of the left? Sweep your left arm all the way back up and around. And we're in our twist on our second side. Again, hand to heart if you'd like to really spiral that chest. Squeeze the legs in, reach the arm up, take your breath in here. Take your breath out. As if there was a rope overhead, can you use your breath as a way to start to bring yourself up, charge up through your legs, find your twist on this second side. Palms up if you would like to, breathe in. Nothing is just collapsing here, yeah? Back bum cheek is on, front foot is hugging in, torso has rotated because the obliques say so, not because the shoulders pull you here. Inhale to reach a little further into the back left arm. As you breathe out, windmill yourself down, optional flow. So you can step back into your plank, child's pose, or downward dog. Take your inhale if you're flowing. If you're flowing, breathe out, starting to lower chaturanga to the floor. Inhale, back bend of your choice. And then exhale, slide back, downward dog. 5 breaths here together, please. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let's Gene Simmons it out. Inhale it in. Exhaling it out. Can we lengthen up through the tail? Whatever means that means for your body. Yeah, so maybe a bend of the knees is called for here. Coming back to our breath, back to our bodies. Take your inhale together. Let's take our exhale together. Let's inhale to lift our heels and our knees, look forward, and however you'd like to make your way, maybe many hops, maybe a step, maybe one hop to meet your hands. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to bend knees, lower down. Push your feet through the floor. Inhale to sweep your lovely self all the way up. And then exhale, let's dive it forward over those legs. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, lower down, step back to your downward dog again. So again, you could be hands and knees, you could be quadruped, you could be on your forearms here. Lots of options. Let's inhale, sweep the right leg up. Let's bend the knee. Let's open the hip. We're not going to be here for a super long time. Keep opening that hip up, grounding through the left side and rotating right so that it's parallel. Inhale to bring the hips back to center. Reach your right leg up. As you breathe out, squeeze right knee to right nose, and then step your right foot forward. So we're building here, yeah? If you loved your back knee down, keep your back knee down. If you would prefer to find more of a high lunge, charge up the back leg and bring your body upright. We're here. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. So still feeling the foundation of everything you were just doing. We're just more upright now. Or maybe you're still on the floor with your back knee, which is totally perfect. Finding your little bit of a chest opening here. Maybe that's opening the gates with your arms. Maybe that's arms up. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Bring yourself back upright. Now charge into that front leg and tip the torso forward again. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out here. Can you start to transfer your weight forward so that you get really nice and grounded in the front leg? Maybe your back toes start to hover. Bring yourself back. That was super fun. Now we're upright. Let's do it again. Lean forward, draw the belly in. This is your plank here. Feel the hips, right hip back, left hip forward, and then delicately send your weight forward. Maybe the back leg hovers. Bring yourself all the way back down. 2 more. Take your tip. Reach the arms. Send your weight into the front leg. Back leg hovers up. Once more. Bring all the way up. And then lean it forward. Maybe back toes hover. Holding for 5. Now my front knee is still bent. 4. Back leg is reaching strong. For 3. For 2. For 1. Lower back toes down. Bring yourself all the way up. Tip your torso, sweep your left hand down to the floor so it finds the inside of the right foot. Back right arm sweeps all the way up. You're back into that twist. Now maybe you adjust your legs to accommodate you here. Please feel free to do that, yeah? Like we're not static. We can move. Breathe in. Breathe it out. Feeling again how that twist isn't just our arms flinging ourselves open. It's reaching long and then corkscrewing and then lengthening up. Now maybe you stay here, or maybe as if there's a rope overhead, you bring your upper body up so you're in a twist with that front knee bent. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Back hand sweeps forward to meet that front hand. And then exhale, lower down. Optional flow here from your plank, from a child's pose, from a downward dog. Breathe in. As you exhale, chaturanga to the floor. Wide collarbones. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale to slide back, downward dog. 3 breaths here, please. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhale it out, side out through your mouth. Taking a second to find a bit of stillness. Taking a moment to come back to your breath. 1 more breath here, please. Inhale. 1 more breath here. Exhale it out. Take your left leg, sweep your left leg up overhead. Bend your knees, squeeze the heel in, lift the thigh, and then find that open position here. Watching to make sure that the left shoulder doesn't rotate with you. It stays parallel, using the power of your glutes to lift that thigh up. Take a breath in and breathe it out. Bring your hips back towards center. Reach that left leg long, and then squeeze left knee to left nose. Really draw the spine in, and then place the left foot in front with your hands. Now again, however you get here is up to you, right? Especially if you're practicing at home, it might not be 1 step. It might be many steps, and that's totally fine. Charge those legs up. Now, maybe your back knee finds the floor, or maybe you can bring yourself up into that high lunge, right? Whatever's going to serve you best. Feel left hip back, right hip forward, and then sweep those arms up. They could be up to the ceiling. They could be opening wide. They could be on your hips. You could be totally in a child's pose right now. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Trying to scoop that pubic bone underneath you. 1 more time. Breathe in. Bring yourself upright. Okay, we know where we're going here, yeah? So maybe you're still down on your knee, maybe you're upright. In either case, you're gonna tip yourself forward, charge up through that front leg, and then tip your torso just towards the front edge of your mat so your back leg can lift and hover, and then gracefully or delicately bring yourself back up. Lean your torso forward. Use your abs to support you. Hug left heel in. Take your torso forward, lift the back leg. Again, you're using glute ham here. Bring yourself down. I'm hoping you're also feeling your standing bum. 2 more times. Take your tip, reach it forward, lift the back leg up. Gently lower it down. Bring yourself upright. 1 more time. Take your tip, reach it forward, lift the back leg up. Hold it here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Find your high lunge again. Inhale. As you breathe out, start to sweep down. Right hand finds the inside of the left foot. Left arm sweeps all the way back around and then up towards the ceiling. Again, you could be back knee down here, yeah? Take a few breaths. Knowing that that rotation is happening because we've started it right down in our pelvis and it's corkscrewed its way up to our head, not our head all the way down. Hug those legs in, start to get light on those low fingertips, and as if there's a rope overhead, maybe you pull up and find your twist here. Again, you could be back knee down, yeah? You don't have to stay up. As I fall over. Take your inhale. Take your exhale. Back arm reaches, bring yourself all the way back and down. Optional flow, child's pose, or downward dog, whatever feels good for you. Inhaling here. As you breathe out, lowering to the floor. Inhale to come up. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take 5 breaths here. If you were looking for a place to grab water or a child's pose, this is a good time to do it. Catch your breath. Feel the work of your body. Feeling the flow of that energy being just like such a carrier of joy through our bodies. It's good to create resiliency. It's good to challenge our muscles in a way that we still have control. So when things get fiery, when things get spicy, it's awesome. It's such a good opportunity for our body to be like, this is spicy, but I can do it. Take a breath in. Stick your tongue out, breathe it out. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, and then 1 too many jumps up towards your hand. Maybe you walk here. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, fold it down, push your feet through the floor. Inhale to sweep those arms up. And then exhale, let's bring it down. Hands at heart center and take a pause. Maybe bring those hands down beside your hips. Close your eyes. Take a breath in through the nose. Breathe it out through your mouth. How is your breath moving in your body? How is your mind connected to your breath? Has it wandered away? Can we bring it back? Knowing that we are more than halfway through our time together and that you've totally got this. Let's take our inhale in. Exhale it out. Inhale, those arms sweep up overhead. As you exhale, bowing down to the floor, keeping that resiliency going. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. As you exhale, lower down, step back into your downward dog. Lengthening through that spine. Can you inhale? Can you reach your right leg up overhead? Can you bend your knee, open up through that hip? As your hip opens, keep drawing the ribs in, keep spiraling the right shoulder down. Inhale, bring your hips back to level. 3-legged dog as the right leg reaches. Exhale, pull right knee to nose, step right foot forward. In your own time, bringing yourself all the way back up. Pause in your high lunge here, yeah? Take sort of like a little bit of a housekeeping moment. If being up feels fabulous, stay up. If being down feels better, stay down. Taking a moment, collecting your breath, and then let's start that tip forward. If you have blocks, fabulous time to pop them here. Can you keep tipping forward and fire up that back bum cheek to lift the back leg? Now, maybe you stay up or maybe you can tip yourself into a warrior 3. Reaching. Now, maybe your arms are forward, maybe they're at your heart, maybe they're at your hips. Can you start to straighten through the front leg, holding it here for 1? Maybe you have blocks. for 2. Supercharge those legs for 3. For 4. Now we're not going to put it down on the floor. 5. Can you bend the front knee and pull the back leg in so you're standing up nice and tall? Side bend. Yeah, we feel that side bend. Belly is on. Let's take our hands and just scoop them underneath that thigh. Take a second to be like, well, that was fun. And then can you use the power of your glute hamstring like we practiced to take that leg behind you? So my left leg is behind me. I'm going to turn and face you. My left hand comes down, and I'm going to grab to the inside of that ankle. Does that make sense? Right arm reaches up. Pause here. Take a second here. We've done tons of work to fire up through the back of the glute hamstring. We've done tons of work to open up through the chest. Can you reach up tall but root down in the right leg? And now maybe this feels like the most fabulous. Maybe squeezing into that bum cheek feels more fabulous. And as you reach that bum, your leg starts to float and your right arm reaches up. Dancer's pose. Now you could be like, wow, really cray here, or you could keep it really nice and contained. Maybe you're not holding the leg at all. Maybe you're still here. Picking a version that feels good for you. 3 breaths together, please. Inhale in. Exhale it out. Inhale it in. Exhale, you are strong. You are resilient. Your body can do this. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now stay where you are. We're going to reverse engineer this. So can you keep your leg squeezing? Can you release your hand? Arm comes up. Can we start to tip? Maybe find a hot second of that warrior 3 and then gently lower your foot back down to the floor. Take your back hand, open it out so you're in that twist, bent into that front leg. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Back hand sweeps up to meet that front hand, little baby back bend. Lower down, step back, your version of a flow, inhaling to maybe be in your child's, in your down dog, or in your plank. As you breathe out, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward dog. 5 breaths here, please. Inhale in. Exhale it out. Inhaling it in. Exhaling to feel the work of the legs, the feet on the floor, to feel how that grounding down gives us the support to lengthen up. Inhaling, home base. If you're in a child's or in a quadruped, if you'd like to make your way up to downward dog, you can. If you'd like to stay in your quadruped, which just means hands and knees, you can. Inhale, left leg reaches up. Bend the left knee, open up through that left hip. Take a breath in. Take a breath out and feel that bum really working here for you. Inhale, square those hips, reach the left leg up so you're in your 3-legged dog, and then squeeze left knee into left nose as you take a plank. Pop that left foot to meet up with your hands. Charge up through those legs. Can we lengthen our body up? We're in that high lunge. Okay, here we go. Feel the feet hugging in. Take your tip forward. Feel the charging of those legs. And then as you tip, you fire that back bum to lengthen up and out. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Your arms can be on your hips. They could be meeting in prayer in front of your heart, out to the side, forward, whatever feels good. And once you have found the support of the back leg, maybe start to straighten up through the front leg. Blocks are fabulous here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Now don't drop that leg. Can you squeeze and pull the right knee in towards your chest? Maybe grab a hold with your hands to take just a quick little breaky. Whew. We're rooted through that grounded foot. We've done lots of work to feel that glute hamstring, so we don't need to just pull our ligaments and joints around. Release that leg, but keep it up. Use the power of your bum and your hamstring to take that leg back. Right hand finds the inside of the right foot. Ribs are in. So it's that same shape, right? From the beginning that we were working together. So feel that work here. We're not just letting our leg hang out in our hand. It's active. Left arm reaches up. I need a second to catch my breath too, yeah? So we're here. Now maybe this feels the most fabulous. Maybe charging up through the back of the leg to take that leg up, and maybe the left arm reaches forward, whatever version feels good for you, yeah? Balancing is hard. Focus helps. Knowing that it doesn't really matter what version of this you're doing, if you're feeling tall and grounded and worked and like alive and flowy, that's what's important. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. As you breathe out, start to bring the leg down, but don't let it fall to the floor. We're reverse engineering here, yeah? You're gonna take that leg, reach it back, find your warrior 3 for a hot second, and then let that leg find the floor. Woo! You're in your high lunge. Arms reach up. Back left hand twist. Feel that body open up here. Inhale in. Exhale to get a little deeper. Backhand, inhale, reach it up and around. Spiral yourself down. Take your flow. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees. Allow your chest to come down. Chaturanga, inhale into your up dog, baby cobra. Exhale into your downward dog. Bend your knees, take your knees wide of your mat. Sit yourself back, take a child's pose. Breathe in here. Breathe it out. Breathing in. Breathing it out. Melting your heart down through your hands, or maybe your hands come underneath your forehead. It's a little prop. I love that we refer to our physical asana, because physical practice is one of the 8 limbs, right? I love that we refer to it as a practice, because it is. It would be boring if it was perfect. Yeah, it would be boring if it was just something that wasn't moving and breathing and alive, and we didn't feel challenged, right? And so I just love that it's like, yeah, I'm practicing today. Okay. Let's make our way into your downward dog, however you want to get there. And then make your way up towards your hands. Again, however you want to get there. Don't worry about it. Bending through your knees, rolling your spine up. Maybe give yourself a little shaky shake. We're going to take our legs nice and wide. So now you're right in the center of your mat. Opening those legs up, and my toes are pointing forward. Still feeling that drawing in of the legs, the lift of the bum, hands on my hips. I'm going to inhale just to open up. I'm not popping through my ribs. My belly is still supporting me, pelvis still supporting me. Just opening my collarbones, sternum up. And I'm going to fold my heart down towards the floor. Fingertips coming to the floor here. Can we inhale to lengthen our chest forward? And then exhale, use your hands to draw you down in space. Take a breath in. Breathe it out. Feeling the work of the legs hugging in, the lengthening of the body, and then that release down. Now listen carefully. From here, we're going to bend our knees. We're going to roll our spine all the way back up. Give your shoulders a little roll. Can you take your right toes and turn your right toes out, bending into your right knee? So we're in a warrior 2. Ta-da! So left back foot is parallel to the mat. Right toes are pointing towards the direction that your right toes are pointing to. You can bring your hands to your hips. Now my hips are opening currently, but I'm going to start to twist on top of that so that my chest is heading towards the inside of my thigh. Now you could keep your hands on your hips as you bow in to do that. If you would like to make this more of a bind, your hands are going to interlace behind you. Keep the heels of the hands touching, lengthen your chest up, and then bow into your arms. So although my hips are kind of trying to open here, my whole upper body is rotating in, and I'm squeezing my thigh towards my chest. Head is bowed, 3 breaths here. Back leg is still nice and charged. Inhale in. Breathe it out. Surrendering here, inhaling and exhaling. Now I like to dissipate this, so if your hands are clasped, let them go. Let your body melt. Can you start to straighten your front leg and then rotate yourself so both toes are facing forward, your back and your front forward fold. Bend through your knees and start to roll your spine all the way back up. Shoulders take a little roll. Opposite toes point forward. Bend into that knee, finding your warrior two on your second side. Arms will come up, taking a second to be here. Hands can come to your hips, so although my hips are opening, my upper body is twisting to meet my inseam of my front leg. You're welcome to bow your chest forward like that, or you're welcome to, again, interlace those fingers, lengthen your chest up, and bow into that front thigh. Breathing here, inhale. Knowing that our base is never lazy, it's never not working. We're hugging those legs in. We're bent into that front knee. We're hugging the thigh in towards the chest. Always staying with our breath. Inhale here. Exhale it out. Take those hands, release them to the floor. Walk yourself around so you're back in your side split here. Bending through those knees. Now again, listen carefully. Bend through your knees and then pause. Can you stay bent? I feel like I'm like in football, like I'm about to like, not that I've ever played football in my life. Bend down, turn your toes out, keep your knees bent and roll yourself up into our goddess. Isn't that fun that we got here? Squeeze those heels in. Take your inhale through the nose. Take your breath out. If you want to grow this, you can grow the arms up, get lower in the legs. We're here for 5. We're here for 4. Hands can come to heart. We're here for 3. You got it. Squeeze those legs in. 2. We're grounded. We're rooted in our legs, but our spine is nice and tall. 1 more time in. And then stretch those legs. Bring it up. Nice job. Walk yourself in. Give yourself a little shaky shake. Turning to the top of the mat. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Exhale to bow it forward. Inhale to come up halfway. And then as you exhale, bending the knees, walking yourself down until you're just sitting up on your bum. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's walk those legs out so your legs are nice and long. Let's reach those arms forward. Shoulder blades on our back, breathing in through the nose, and then scooping through the tail. We're going to slowly lower ourselves to the floor for 5. Now keep your heels grounded. 4. Can you lengthen out for 3, like you're being rolled like a piece of pizza dough? 2. Keep going. Last one here. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Calm breaths now. You're welcome to take those legs and circle them away from each other. You're welcome to move them one at a time. Little rocks, anything that feels good. If you're circling, circle the opposite way. And then when you're ready, bring those legs back to center. Pop your feet on the floor. Scoot your bum an inch or 2 over to the right. Draw your knees into your chest. And then let your legs take a little twist over to the left. Left hand can come on top of thighs. Right arm can open out. Just a few breaths here. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Now our breath gets to be a breath of release as we breathe out. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhale. Nice and delicately bring those legs all the way back up to center. Plant your feet on the floor. Scoot your bum all the way over to the left. Bringing your knees into your chest and then letting them take this twist to the right. Opening your left arm up. Take a look at that left hand. Little twisty here. Finding your breath, using your breath. One more breath in. Breathe it out. Bring your body back to center. Can you squeeze yourself into a tight ball? Legs are pulling in, head curls up, and can you squeeze, 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 squeeze as tight as you can, as tight as you can, as tight as you can, and then release it out. there's anything you need for your Shavasana, I always recommend grabbing a pillow and popping it behind your head, underneath your knees, maybe some socks, maybe a blanket. Just get yourself nice and comfy here. Maybe a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. Maybe you have a different shape you'd like to take, but wherever you are, gently closing your eyes if that feels reasonable. Again, turning our gaze inward. As you spend a few minutes in your Shavasana, can you keep this theme of allowing our breath to take us where we need to go? Allowing our breath to support us. And as you're here in your Shavasana, I'm just going to play some chimes. So hopefully that's okay. So while I've come up and out, you are welcome to stay and breathe. Wherever you are, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and exhaling it out. Any little movements of fingers or toes you want to make, please feel free to do that. When you're ready, making your way over onto one side and then bringing yourself all the way up to seated. Eyes closed if you can. If you'd like to arrive with one hand at your heart center, the second hand over that, bowing in. It is a great pleasure to be a part of your day in this way, to guide our practice, because it's always a practice. to know that we can be resilient in our bodies, and it might not always be super pleasant, but we always make it through. May all beings everywhere be full of peace, happiness, joy, and be free from suffering and its causes. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a lovely day.